Oh, hi, come on in. Well, hello. My name is Guy Fipps. I'm a professor and extension specialist here at Texas A&M University. And I'm very pleased to be able to participate in your conference today. This is obviously my office, and I'm housed in a very historic building. It's historic for a university building, and it's also significant as a milestone in agricultural engineering. And let me show you what I mean. I'll show you a couple of the features of this building where it's obvious that the vision is towards a brighter future for us all. So the first thing I want to show you is, of course, the entrance, and what's striking about the entrance is the metalwork, but also all the agricultural motifs that you see in both the metalwork as well as in the concrete and stone around the building. In the entrance foyer is a very old and nice chandelier with additional motifs. This building was constructed in 1932, which for this country was a very pivotal time in our history. It was the beginning of the Great Depression, and things were changing, and there were really lots of hardship everywhere. But in this building, they reflected visions for the future. In the foyer, you see one of my favorite features is the surface, the tin surface. I don't know what it actually means, if it's related to agriculture or not, but it's pretty neat. Tin work. But what I really want to show you is the main lecture room. And as we enter the main lecture room, two prominent features stand out. One is the chandelier, and the other is the mural. The chandelier, if we take a closer look at it, you see it's actually composed of plow parts. So a little bit of humor there, I think. But taking a look at the mural, this mural is really famous, and it's showing several things here. If we take a look at the left pane, what we see is unimproved animal agriculture. And if you take a close look at the mural, you can see obvious problems in the farming systems that are being used. We shift over to the right pane, and we see improved animal agriculture, and it's really quite a dramatic improvement. If we look at the side panels, we see the families. We see the farming families of the unimproved animal agriculture, and then we look at the other side, a little bit more prosperous family improved animal agriculture, but they're both looking where? They're looking to a brighter future of modern mechanized planned agriculture that will solve many of the problems that they're having. And that's the vision of agricultural engineering, is that we're going to continue to make developments, improve technologies, improve know-how in order to move agriculture into a brighter future. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. Just a little bit. I find it interesting that they incorporated these concepts into the building itself. We don't see that much anymore in modern architecture. I'm happy to know that Anbar University is back together again from all the calamities that have happened in recent years, and that you're able to put on this conference looking at vital issues related to water use and the future. I actually spent 2 weeks in Raimondi back in 2009. I didn't see much of the town. I was hosted by the U.S. military at the Raimondi Forward Operating Base. And I was there working on a very ambitious project funded by the Department of Defense. And that was to establish 25 center pivots and deep wells in western Al-Anbar province for forage production. And I worked on that project for the military for about 3 years. We were successful at getting the 25 pivots, the pumps, the well material, all of that shipped in. And I also purchased a drill rig that was shipped. And the last update I had on that project a few years ago was that 3 wells and 3 pivots had been installed. So hopefully that project continues well. I was involved in 2 other projects in Iraq. Both of them are USAID funded project. The first project, the IMA project, I did several things for IMA, but the most significant is we were trying to improve the design of center pivots in Iraq. And we did trainings for the Ministry of Agriculture personnel who are in charge of giving out pivots. And we put in several demonstrations of LISA center pivot technology to improve the efficiency and solve a lot of the other problems we see in center pivot irrigation. And one of those demonstrations still is there if you want to see it. It's at the Erbil Agricultural Research Station located just outside the center, and my understanding is still operating. And so those were fun projects. The second project also was an extension education project where we were training Ministry of Agriculture personnel, extension personnel in both the Kurdish region and in the greater Iraq region in modern irrigation and weather management activities. And so you always hope that these efforts have positive impact, but I think it's important that you try, you make an effort. Even if these projects ended up being destroyed by war and chaos, you know, we still make the effort and we try to make things better. Okay? Over here, I want to show you this award that I'm particularly proud of. It was a very surprise. I was very surprised to get this award, but the Irrigation Association gave me their Person of the Year award a couple of years ago, and I never expected to get it. The reason I'm mentioning this is I did a video for the award ceremony that kind of gives an overview of my thoughts about irrigation. And so I like to conclude my presentation today with this video, which we shot in San Antonio, and I wish you a very successful conference. Thank you. I'm Guy Fipps. First, I'd like to thank the Irrigation Association for this really cool award. Today I'm here in San Antonio at the San Jose Mission. This is one of the 5 San Antonio Spanish missions which as a group were dedicated as a UN World Heritage Site in October of this year. When the Spaniards built these missions, they also constructed an irrigation system that consisted of 15 miles of irrigation canals referred to as the sequía, aqueduct, a dam, and which irrigated about 3,500 acres. It was this irrigation system that was a key to the success of the Spanish missions. The sequía still operates today and includes the most senior water rights in the state of Texas. Here by the San Juan mission, the National Park Service has taken the first steps in reestablishment of the Spanish era irrigation and agricultural systems of that time. Irrigation continues to be important today, not just here in Texas, but throughout much of the world, providing food, fiber, and quality of life. But irrigation has always been important. The first irrigation systems were constructed in prehistoric times in the parts of the world that would become Egypt and Mesopotamia. And as we look towards the future, irrigation will have to become even more important if we are to meet the challenges of world population increase and global climate change. I salute the Irrigation Association for its efforts at promoting the irrigation profession and giving all of us an opportunity to participate in this important endeavor. Thanks again.